Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 iconic gaming bosses from the 2000s.
And now, even Pandora's box is mine! Would you have me use it against Olympus itself?
For this list, we're taking a look at the best boss fights we encountered from 2000 to 2009. Which boss fight from this era was your favorite? Did it make the list? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. King Boo, Luigi's Mansion. For his first solo outing, we had wondered what kind of foe would serve as the Bowser to Luigi's Mario. How appropriate that it would be the ruler of all Boos, King Boo. With the kind of gameplay Luigi's Mansion provides, one would not have expected a final boss as epic as this. King Boo pilots a gigantic Bowser suit that can breathe fire just like the real reptilian menace. And just to make the entire fight even more tense, the battlefield is surrounded in a fiery atmosphere. Even today, this remains the toughest and most thrilling boss fight in the Luigi's Mansion series. Yes, we know Bogmire is way harder, but he's just unfairly hard. King Boo is the fun kind of hard. Number 9. Dr. Nefarious, Ratchet & Clank, Up Your Arsenal.
Lawrence!
How can I be of assistance?
Annihilate him!
Ratchet & Clank has had a reputation for explosive weaponry and frantic boss fights, but before Up Your Arsenal, we hadn't seen the series at its full potential. Fighting Dr. Nefarious here remains to be the best boss fight in the franchise due to its chaotic nature and how it flips the mad scientist's character. We spent the entire time thinking he was a bumbling idiot with a secret fondness for soap operas. What we found was a vicious fighter that tested our reflexes as well as the processing power of the PlayStation 2. Really, what more could one ask for from a villain so goofy yet challenging? Number 8. Dark Samus, Metroid Prime 3, Corruption. Folks weren't asking for Samus's evil counterpart in Smash Bros. For nothing. Dark Samus proved to be a formidable fighter who has been ingrained in our memories ever since. Not only did she wield the same equipment as us, but it was all bigger, better, and badder. We're talking duplication, teleportation, and an overwhelming bombardment of bullets. If you were someone who believed that we couldn't replicate intense boss fights the same way a normal console could, this fight would have definitely changed your mind. And we thought Kraid and Ridley were terrifying. Number 7. Giga Bowser, Super Smash Bros. Melee. Melee came packed with a ton of tough challenges, from the secret characters themselves to Master Hand's more maniacal twin, Crazy Hand. However, Giga Bowser was one of those hard-to-find secrets that required top-notch skills to experience. A massive and more demonic form of Bowser? That's awesome. It's just you and this kaiju Koopa on a single platform, and the already phenomenal music fits perfectly with the atmosphere and tone. And if you wanted a tougher fight, you probably spent days playing and replaying Event 51. Lord knows we were sweating our butts off fighting Giga Bowser. Number 6. Ares, God of War.
You are no warrior.
We know the Ghost of Sparta for many of his ultra-violent and epic battles against the various Greek gods. However, back when the first game launched, we had no idea how colossal these battles could get. Not until we put up our dukes against the God of War himself, Ares. This wasn't your average human-sized fighter either. You're both bigger than the temples around you, fighting to the death within the boundaries of a gorgeous lake. On top of that, Ares does not hold back in his attacks and demands you understand the mechanics of the game as well as mastering your combos. This was your test to claim the title of the God of War.
Now you will be truly tested.
Number 5. The Great Mighty Pooh, Conker's Bad Fur Day.
I am the great mighty Pooh, and I'm going to throw my shit at you.
This was bound to show up sooner or later. Come on, you can't talk about video games in the 2000s without mentioning Conker's Bad Fur Day, or in this case, the Great Mighty Pooh. Is this one of the best boss fights in terms of design, difficulty, or combat in general? Not really, but it doesn't have to be. Anyone who played this N64 classic knows why this is one of the most memorable boss fights ever. It's because of the absolute absurdity of it all. You're fighting a singing ball of poo with the vocals of a professional opera singer. You just don't forget a segment this surreal, especially with all the profanity and puns thrown in. Number 4. Del Lago, Resident Evil 4. The Resident Evil series has had its fair share of intimidating, beastly, and ghastly foes. The tyrants Mr. X and Nemesis are just not rivals you can forget about, and the same is true about RE4's Del Lago. This larger-than-life sea monster showed us why we should be very afraid of the water. Just look at the size of his chompers and how sharp his teeth are. It was like watching Jaws all over again. The only difference was we were living it, and that's why it remains one of the coolest moments in Capcom's famed horror franchise. Number 3. The Fifth Colossus, Shadow of the Colossus. In all honesty, it was incredibly difficult picking which of the Colossi to put on this list. In the end, we just can't choose a representative better than the Fifth Colossus, or as the fans call him, Avion. By this point, we had grown used to fighting more grounded beasts. It gave us more room to get our bearings before going for another attack. With Avion, you were several hundred feet in the air and you had to make your shot count before it tried shaking you off. Drop and you could potentially break your legs. You need a blend of patience and speed to pull this off, and it's what made this fight such a thrill. Number 2. Majora's Mask, The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask had already managed to traumatize us in a handful of ways. Let's see, there was the deranged mask salesman, the various creepy overtones that made our spines chill, and oh yeah, the freaking giant moon! But one foe that haunts us to this day is Majora itself, the very mask that possesses Skull Kid. This was a sentient object capable of unleashing world-ending powers. Scare factor aside, Majora's Mask put up a tougher brawl with its violent ranged attacks and called for assistance from the boss remains. Better kick on your Z-target dance for this one. Before we reveal our most iconic boss of the 2000s, here are a few honorable mentions. Tower Tooth, Twisted Metal Head On. Sweet Tooth but with fireballs, lightning, and some 20 stories tall. Bonetail, Paper Mario The Thousand-Year Door. Arguably the best and hardest boss fight across the franchise. Player 2, Lego Star Wars The Video Game. Fighting your best friend? It truly is a duel of the fates. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Virgil, Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Awakening.
Give that to me. No way. You got your own. Well, I want yours too.
Mario and Bowser, Sonic and Eggman, Crash and Cortex. These are just some of the most famous rivalries before Devil May Cry's inception. After playing Dante's Awakening, Dante and Virgil would join those ranks as one of the best rivalries in gaming, and here, their fight in DMC3 remains the best of its era. Virgil keeps you on edge for the entire fight, zipping around like a crazed Super Saiyan while utilizing his own set of equipment and abilities similar to yours. And to wrap it all up in a nice bloody bow, it all takes place in a grimly beautiful set piece. In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.